What's going on, guys? Today we have Michael Huskin on the podcast. This was an amazing conversation about his training, his start on YouTube, some would you rather questions. So stick to the end to find out about those. And well, I hope you enjoy the conversation because I sure did.
All right. All right.
All right.
Okay. So, what do you do on a typical Sunday?
Typical Sunday. Sunday is always my day to just like reset, chill as much as I can. I like to take the day off from running if I can, which I have been past few weeks, which have been nice. But springtime, I've been starting up my garden, so doing some gardening, yard work, and really just chilling, spending time with family, and waking up with a cup of Joe, just taking it easy.
All right. Oh, yeah, that's great. So, guess we'll start off with a banger. What made you start sharing your running journey on YouTube?
Yeah, that's a good question. I've always done YouTube. Most people probably just don't know about, like, my old channels, but, I've always loved cameras, photography, and doing videos, so by the time I was, like, 7, 8, my, neighbor gave me a camera, and I just started filming stuff. I had, like, a bunch of different YouTube channels, when I was little, so I've always just loved filming, and I was like, "What if I started documenting my running journey?" Because I felt like it was a big time in my running journey, like, I was trying to make a lot of progress, and I was like, "I'll document it, and we'll just see how it goes," and it's been working well.
Great. So, how would you say that? How do you balance filming with being present in your training and races?
Yeah, that's also a good one. I, I've never really struggled too much because I think running and YouTube, for me, they kinda balance each other out. They both help each other, like, I really, feed off the support of all the people that watch my videos, so it's kinda natural to me to be filming while I'm training or racing, but I get what you mean about, like, locking in off camera, and usually, like, when it's time to warm up, I don't film anymore except for maybe, like, a pre-race interview, but, I've never had too much trouble, like, not being able to lock in around the camera. I honestly like it being there, so it's been pretty natural usually.
Nice. Um, so was there a moment where you realized that your content was really starting to like impact people?
Yeah, I remember the end of my junior year, it was like every meet, like during outdoor track season, I would get at least one person that would come up to me, and I thought that was super cool. Like just when I first got people coming up to me, but I think when people started asking questions or asking for advice, I was like, oh wow, I'm like actually making an impact in these people's lives, which was really cool. But I think yeah, like, the first time it was around exactly a year ago when I had frequent people coming up to me and asking for advice, and, I was like, "Wow, I'm actually making a little bit of a dent," which was cool.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So, like, let's say hypothetical that if someone was only to watch one video on your YouTube channel, which one would it be and why?
One video, I think the video that means the most to me would probably be, my cross country state video when I won state in cross country in the fall, which was titled, "Achieving a Lifelong Goal." That's probably the most, like, significant to me, like, it means the most just because it was my first ever state championship, and just so much time and energy went into actually making it all happen. So watching that video, I still get goosebumps watching it back. So I think that's the most significant to me. The best put together, like the best actual video quality would probably be one of my recents, the All American meet. It was titled "The Greatest Kick of My Life." That's probably my best video, I would say. But yeah, one of those two.
Yeah, that's fair. So,
Yeah.
what would you say that your process is like when you plan content or vlog, something like that?
Yeah, right now it's like I'm doing weekly uploads, so I've got a good amount of time and I don't really have to rush anything. And I really try to focus on quality over quantity. So if there's not an idea there, I might have to skip an upload. But really it's pretty natural. I mean, I come up with a YouTube video or I see something that I get inspired by from someone else. I'm like, oh, I should do this. Like recently, what's in a track bag video. I was like, oh, it sounds like a good idea. And I kind of write out like a general outline, maybe like a not a script that I follow directly, but just like an outline of the video, and then just start recording and just kind of natural on the camera and just try to show my personality. And then I edit on Adobe Premiere Pro, and that usually takes like anywhere from like 5 to 10 hours for a video. But that's the process. It's some of it's just sitting on the couch grinding out the videos. But yeah.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. So, let's switch from that to actually your training. So, what would you say
Yeah.
a typical week of training is like right now?
Typical week of training right now, and this probably will surprise some people listening, but I only really run like 45 miles a week right now. I feel like it's a little low for high schoolers nowadays, but I found that it's kind of my golden spot around 45 to 50 miles a week. I've done a little bit more and I've done a little bit less, and I think it's just the perfect amount. So that comes out to like I've got usually 2 to 3 workouts in a week, and that'll look like really 2 interval sessions, maybe a tempo session in there, but usually 2 interval sessions, a long run, and the rest just aerobic days. So that'll be like um 6 to 8 miles at like a 7 minute pace or a little slower if I'm feeling fatigued. But Sundays are completely off and Saturday's a long run day, unless I have a race, which then that'll take Saturday's spot usually.
Yeah, that's actually fair. Um, so I saw that you ran a 408 during training, like during
Yeah.
practice. Could you take me through that?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. That was funny. Like a 3 second PR in practice was kind of crazy. It was a pretty good situation though, because I had my buddies pacing me. Everybody took me through. I had 4 different guys help pace, so it was like per lap, and they would take me through. The plan was like, let's just go 62s. Try to take me through 204. The fastest I'd gone out before that was a 208. So we're like, we'll just send it. I mean, no races that I was able to get in that weekend, so we'll just send it, go out in 204 and see if I can hold on. And I was able to, and it felt super smooth and really good. I think every lap was like within a second of the other, which was awesome. And then it was really nice to have like my team all there. Everybody was cheering on the last lap, which also definitely helped me. But yeah, full 3 second PR, which was kind of crazy. Sad that it's not going on a mile split though.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So, for your long runs, people say different things about how they do them. How do you do yours?
Yeah, it definitely depends, like, um, I'll give you, like, a summer long run because that I feel like those are the best, like, preparing for cross country. Usually, the long run during summer or cross country will be, like, 13 or 14 miles, maybe 12 to 14, and I always try to get a good amount of hills in on my long run. It's pretty hilly where I'm at in Asheville around here, so we have some really nice trails, but I'll try to get like even 1,000 feet of elevation gain in and try to go progressive usually. I know people do different stuff. Some guys have some fast long runs, but I like to start out at just an easy pace where I'm feeling good and then crank down maybe the last few miles, like somewhere in the sixes, if I'm feeling good, like low sixes. But I like to just run them progressive, get some good hills in for sure, and not pushing it too hard because it's already a lot that you're running for 100 minutes or so. But yeah, progressive and hills. That's 2 words for my long runs.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's actually very fair. So, are there any habits or routines that you swear by that aren't talked about enough?
I think I talk about them a lot, but yeah, I would say grounding, like just being barefoot outside. I mean, honestly, that's like I definitely swear by that. I mean, that's a every morning kind of thing. And then whenever I'm feeling like nervous before a race, I honestly just try to find like a field and just do some grounding barefoot out in nature, and it really just like centers me, calms me down, and I think it's really important to have like a place that you can go to and get calm and centered. So that's how I do it, just like grounding outside. And I don't think a whole lot of people do it, but I would definitely recommend it.
That's actually, yeah, that's fair. So, I'd say that like when you don't have motivation, what keeps you going for running? Like,
I got you. I think my answer to that would just be it like if you want it bad enough, you're gonna get it. Like the days where I wake up and I mean, if I definitely have days where like I wake up and I don't really want to do much, you know. I mean, everyone has those days, but it comes down to just like how bad do you want it? And at this point, I want it definitely bad enough where I can train through tiredness, fatigue, or lack of motivation or everything. But typically, I am pretty motivated, I would say. I mean, I don't have a lot of that, but at certain times, it's like you signed up for this, like you're in for the long haul. So I'm always I'm always super disciplined and just really I want it that bad that I'm just lack of motivation is not too much of a an obstacle.
yeah, that's true. So, I would say that when you're racing, like these really big meets, like NIN, like how do you handle the pressure there?
Yeah, so I would say I get the most pressure from state championships for sure, just because those mean the most to me, definitely, even more than nationals. And how do I handle the pressure? It's a really good question because it's something that I'm still in the process of getting better at it, and you know, we're always growing as runners and learning how to deal with certain conditions and races, but dealing with pressure, I mean, I'm definitely the kind of guy that gets super worked up before races. I do honestly think it benefits me to have a lot of pressure because when there's a lot on the line or a lot of stakes, um, I just turn into a hungry dog, I feel like. And I definitely get like super worked up, but I don't know, I've always gotten worked up and just it just fires me up, and I love racing when I feel like that. It's definitely not a thing that I feel like week to week. That's like only for the really big meets, but um, yeah, just try to relax as best I can with also having the fire lit inside of me.
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. So, let's get into the would you rather.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
for sure, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. So, would you rather run a PR but lose a race or win without a PR? Like,
That's that's the staple. Would you rather for sure?
yeah, or like, would you? I'll say like just to step it up a bit, like for like every race.
Oh, that's that makes it a little bit different. Before I would definitely say if it comes down to either PRing or winning, if it's a big meet like a state championship or regionals or something like that, I'm definitely taking the win for sure. And I do think, to answer the question straight up, winning is more important than PRing for me. But if we're talking every race, I'm gonna need some PRs in there, you know? So I would take winning though. I would take winning.
Okay. So, would you rather run with no watch or no shoes?
No shoes?
Like, yeah, those like no watch
Oh,
or no shoes.
I don't know about that. I've actually got there's a YouTuber, I don't know if you know him, Ronan Runs, and I know he runs barefoot, but I don't know. That would take some time. I think I'm going with no watch because that would take some time to develop my feet. But I'm gonna go no watch for that one. I'm gonna
That's
take my
fair.
shoes. Yeah.
All right. So, would you rather do 10 reps of a 400-meter repeats at mile pace or 3 by 2 mile at tempo with no breaks?
So tempo or intervals, I'm definitely more of a oh, that's a tough one. I would think during track season, I think intervals are my favorite workouts. I love intervals, especially like variated ones, like if you're doing a ladder with like twos, fours, and sixes or something. I would take the 10 400s. I think I like intervals a little bit better, but like a summertime tempo leading up to cross country is also super fun. It might depend on the season, but since we're in track, I'm gonna have to say the intervals.
Yeah, I also have mixed feelings about it. Yeah.
Yeah, for
So,
sure.
would you rather have a training partner who's always faster than you or one who's always behind but brings good energy, like to the group?
That's a tough one because throughout high school, after my sophomore year, I haven't had a training partner that was faster than me. Next year at NC State, I'll definitely not be the fastest there first year, but it's tough training without someone who's faster than you because it builds you mentally for sure, which I'm grateful for. But also having a teammate that brings the energy, like my teammate, Burrows, I used to have my boy Burrows. He had the best energy during workouts and he wasn't too far behind me, but during reps, like having your buddy, having like a good friend is super important. I might take having some good energy behind you just because at this point I'm so used to kind of running out front in workouts, but they're both essential to me, honestly, I would say.
Mm. So, if you're able to visit any track in the world, which ones or which one would you love to go to?
That's a good question. Any track. My answer would be Hayward Field in Eugene because I'm such a big Prefontaine fan. But I have been there. I went there my freshman year. It was absolutely magic. I got like a 13-second PR just from the Prefontaine energy. I've actually got a poster of Prefontaine right here. But
Oh, that's actually fun. Yeah.
yeah, I loved Hayward Field. I mean, I think that's the best track in the world. Um, the track at the Paris Olympics looked pretty cool. The purple one, I think that would be pretty sick to go to, and then um, Franklin Field, UPenn, but maybe maybe the Paris Olympic track. I've never seen a purple track before that, so I'm gonna go with that one.
Mm. For my final question, I guess,
All right,
um, if you were able to cook anything for Gordon Ramsay, what would it be and why?
cook anything for Gordon Ramsay. Oh, here's where I would call in my friend Dalton, he's a real chef. But if I could cook anything for Gordon Ramsay, oh, that's a good question. I was not ready for that. My classic meal is always steak paired with something, and so I think I'll keep it classic. I would go to the store, pick up the best ribeye I can find, and maybe on the side of the ribeye, do like some mac and cheese and mashed potatoes. I think that'll be my meal that I would give Gordon Ramsay, a nice ribeye, some mac and cheese and mashed potatoes. I think that's it. I think
All right,
he would
yeah,
enjoy. I think he would enjoy.
that's fair. Yeah, that actually does
Yeah,
sound good though. Yeah.
it does.
All right, so that's the end of it. So
Awesome.
thank you for
Thank you
coming
for
on
having me on.
to the show. Yeah,
I hope,
absolutely.
sweet. Thank you.
All right, all right.
Peace out.